Hello and welcome to your yoga class. If we haven't met before, my name is Hilke and it's lovely to meet you. Today I will guide you through a really nice, relaxed, slow flow. So nothing too crazy, moving really nice, slow and juicy. So we're going to start in a child's pose. So bring your toes together. Knees can come to the outside of the mat. Let the hips drop towards the heels and then walk your hands forward. Bring your forehead onto the mat. And just let the hips sink. If you feel your shoulders are tight, you can always walk your hands out towards the side. Just gives a bit more space into the shoulders. Bring the focus to the breath. So notice how you're breathing. And see if you can direct your breath through the nose into your belly, and your exhale through the nose or mouth. Such a beautiful pose to ground. Let go of the day. Check in with your body. Last breath here. On your next inhale, come up into a 4-point position. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Make sure the tops of the feet are touching the mat. And on your inhale, dip the belly, open up the collarbones, opening up into your cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, tailbone towards the heels. Cat. Do a few cat-cows in your own timing, moving with your own breath. Make sure your breath is leading you through the movement. So rather than the other way around, the breath is guiding you. So you might move a bit slower or a bit faster than me. Beautiful. And slowly come back to neutral position, neutral spine. So length through the crown of the head. Tailbones lengthening to the back, and you're feeling nice and spacious at your shoulders, so the shoulders are moving down from the ears. Now on your next exhale, let the hips sink back into that child's pose. Really stretch out the spine, maybe walk the fingertips forward, and slowly come back into that 4-point position. Moving into your cow pose, your cat pose, so rounding the back. Come back into a neutral spine. Maybe walk the hands a bit forward. Keep the knees onto the mat, slowly lower down all the way to the ground. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Walk the hands out a bit so they're nice and wide. Shoulder level, so outside of the shoulders. And as you inhale, slowly come up. So a bit of a wider version of your cobra here. Exhale, slowly come back down. 2 more. Inhale, come up. Draw the shoulder blades down and away. Open up the chest. Keep the chin tucked in, legs active. Exhale, come back down. Last one. Inhale, come up. And exhale, back down. Beautiful. Bring your hands back closer towards your side body, side ribs. Push yourself up, back into your 4-point position. Your inhale, you move back into your cow pose. Exhale, back into your child's pose. Let the hips sink. Inhale, come back. Round the spine, cat. Slowly neutral spine. Walk the hands forward. Slowly lower down. Bring the hands out to the side. Elbows 90 degrees. Inhale, come up, lift the chest into your cobra with your wide spider hands, just on the fingertips. Exhale, come back down. 2 more. Come up on your inhale. Maybe you want to get a bit more movement here. Roll your head around from side to side maybe. And then exhale, come back down. Last one. Inhale, come back up. Maybe it's nice to dip into one shoulder and then the other one. So a bit of a stretch here, which is really nice. Beautiful. And slowly come back down. Bring the hands back alongside the body. Wrap the elbows in. Push yourself up. 4-point position. One more like this. Inhale, dip the belly. Open up the chest. Open up the heart. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cat. Around the back. Navel towards the spine. Walk your hands forward just a bit. Elbows towards the side as you slowly lower down. Bring your hands out to the side. Just one this time. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back down. Beautiful. Bring the hands back alongside the ribs. Inhale, come back to your 4-point position. And stay there. Beautiful. Make sure your hands are underneath the shoulders again. So if you need to wiggle around a bit, reposition, do that. Now plug your right hand into the mat. Really activate your right leg into the mat. Extend your left leg towards the back. And then open up your left hand towards the sky. So you're in this modified side plank. We're going to make it more like a stretch today. So left arm goes to the front of the mat. And really push your right hand into the mat. So left side gets nice and long. Beautiful. Bring your left hand back up. Give yourself a bit of a push in your left foot, your right hand. And then bring your right heel behind your right knee. So a little adjustment here. Inhale, come all the way up onto your knee, and then bend over towards the left for gate pose. Left foot is on the mat, so the outside of the left foot is pressing onto the mat as well. See if you can drop your shoulder down. Neck is free. Slowly come back, circle your arm back to the mat. Bring your knees back underneath you. Now peel open your right hand towards the ceiling. As you exhale, your right arm scoops underneath. Your right shoulder comes onto the mat. Keep your hips above the knees and then maybe walk your left hand forward. So you get a nice long stretch through the spine, but you also in a twist. And to intensify the twist, you can always push your right shoulder a bit more into the mat so you open up your side body, your left side body to the sky. Slow breaths. Good. All right, place your left hand next towards your face. Push yourself back up. Peel your right arm up towards the sky. And slowly bring it back to the mat. Anahata Asana with one hand. So left arm comes forward. Right hand is next towards the shoulder. And then slowly drop the chest down towards the floor. So if this is too much, just stay up a bit. If you feel you can sink a bit deeper, sink. Maybe your chest is touching the floor, maybe your forehead is touching the floor. And slowly bring your left hand back towards you. Come back into that 4-point position. Move into the other side. So weight shifts into your left hand, left knee. Extend your right leg back. Then bring the right heel down. Open up your right arm. You're in this modified side plank. Slowly bring your right hand forward to the front. And really push your left hand into the mat. And you want to push where your knuckles are, especially at your index finger and your thumb. Beautiful. Now give an extra push. So your left heel comes behind your left knee, so you get a bit more support. Inhale, come up for gate pose. Bend over to your right leg. Outside of the right foot is touching the mat. Left side is opening up towards the ceiling. Drop the shoulder down. Slowly come back up, cartwheel the hands back down, come back into that 4-point position. So spin back and then open up your left arm towards the sky. Exhale, left hand scoops underneath the right. Bring the left shoulder onto the floor. Maybe right arm extends. Check if you can still feel the tops of your feet touching the mat. Can you bring your hips towards the center? And slowly bring your right hand back next towards your face. Lift yourself up, open up that left arm, so nice. And then slowly bring your left hand back to the mat. Right arm reaches forward. Left hand next to your left shoulder. And see how deep you can go. Maybe your forehead touches the ground. Maybe your chin, chest. See where you're at. Also bring your cheek towards the ground. I really like that variation. And slowly on your next inhale, push yourself back up. Walk your hands forward just a bit. Tuck the toes under, lift up the hips. You're in your downward facing dog. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Lift up the hips. Thigh bones are moving back. Heels are working towards the ground. And again, keep pressing your knuckles into the earth, especially where the thumb and index finger are. Forearms are energetically working towards each other. Biceps is wrapping forwards, triceps is wrapping backwards. And then the space in between your shoulder blades is lifting up. Keep breathing. Slowly lift up the heels. Walk to the front of the mat. Come into your forward fold. Have a generous bend in your knees. Relax the back of your head. Really let it hang here. Maybe interlace your fingers and then bring your hands at the back of your skull. Elbows can come in. Your exhale, slowly release, let the hands go, and roll up vertebra by vertebra. Slowly coming up all the way to standing. Give your shoulders a nice roll up and then down to the back. Grounding through the feet, tall through the crown of the hand. Slight bend in the knees. Active in the belly. Front ribs are relaxed and down. Tadasana. Inhale, arms are reaching sideways and up. Bring the palms to touch, and as you exhale, come back into your forward folds. Inhale for a halfway lift. Lift up from the chest. Keep the chin tucked in. Exhale, plug the hands into the mat. Step it back. Plank pose. You can definitely drop the knees down here if you prefer. Slowly come all the way down. Elbows to the side body. Press the tops of the feet into the mat and back. Inhale for cobra. Exhale. Now you can go like the full way push up, or if you want to keep it nice and gentle like me today, bring your hips back into child's pose. And slowly back into a 4-point position. Tuck the toes under, lift up the hips so you're back in your downward facing dog. Slowly lift up the heels, tippy toe to the front of the mat. Inhale for halfway lift when you arrive. Exhale, forward fold, melt. Come all the way up to standing. Arms go sideways and up. Bring the palms to touch. Lower them down in front of your heart. Stay here. Inhale, there we go again. Second round. Arms sideways and up. Bring the palms to touch. Nice and long. Exhale. Bend forwards. Inhale for halfway lifts. Exhale, step it back to plank. Again, you choose, maybe lower the knees, maybe go the full strong way. So up to you. Slowly lower down. Inhale for your cobra. You're ready for an up dog, go for it. Exhale, come back down. Choose your journey back. Maybe through child's pose, maybe through plank, push up. And then we meet in downward facing dog. slowly lift up the heels, come back to the front of the mat. You can walk or maybe step towards the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, mat forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms sideways and up. Palms together. Finish your round. Stay here in front of your heart. Palms lower. We do one more round like this. Again, choose your options. So depending if you feel you need to be a bit more energized, go for the plank version. Come to your forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And if you feel you need a bit more grounding, step it back. If you feel you need a bit more grounding, lower the knees down, tuck the toes, and go from there. Inhale into your cobra or up dog. And exhale, choose your path. And then make your way back into your downward facing dog, where we'll meet. Next inhale, lift your right leg up towards the sky. Now open up the leg, so turn the toes out towards the side. Keep pressing into your right hand, and then bring your heel towards your right buttocks. So we're opening up the hip here. Keep lifting through the right knee as much as you can. Can you lower your left heel a bit more towards the floor? And slowly extend your leg back into a three-legged dog. Bring it in towards your chest. Step it through. Lower the left knee down towards the earth. Untuck the toes. Now really press into the top of your back leg. And at the big toe mound of your front leg. Inhale. Come up. Interlace the fingers. Bring your hands behind your skull. So where your neck and skull meet. And then slowly open up the elbows. Let the hips sink on your exhale. But keep them active by bringing them towards the center line. So my legs are really squeezing towards each other. Top of my left foot is pressing into the floor. Right foot is pressing into the earth. And I'm lifting my belly up. So scooping in and up from the belly, so it's nice and active, nice and long, feeling your spine. If you feel a bit of compression in your lower back, please make sure you come up back a bit. Your exhale, bring the hands back up. And slowly lower them down. Frame the front foot. And then slowly bring the hips towards the back. Again, on top of your knees. Flex your right foot in half splits over here. And bend your knee as much as you need to. See if you can bring your left outer hip back to center. And can you reach forward from the chest? Right hip is pulling back. Slowly walk the hands back forward. Right hand comes onto the inside of your right leg. Come into your lizard pose. You can choose, you can either stay here with your hands underneath your shoulders. If that's too much, you can come up a bit as well. Just bring your right elbow onto your right knee. And again, see if you can stay active in those legs if you're here. And if you feel you have a bit more space, so if you are a bit more flexible, you can come down. So lots of options here, just depending on how you feel today in your body and what works for you. Slowly tuck the toes under on the left side, lift up the left knee, and then walk your hands to the other side of the mat, coming into your lunge here on the other side. So high lunge, keep your right leg active, keep your right thigh bone lifting up, heart is reaching forward. And slowly bring your right leg in just a bit. Square off the hips. Maybe bring your hands on top of your hips so you can feel where they are. Can you pull your left hip back? Right hip comes forward. There's a slight bend in my front knee just because I want to keep my kneecap activated. Just don't want to hang in my joints over here. So make sure they're really active. Feel you can fold over, maybe do that, otherwise stay where you are. Keep the hips where they are. And slowly walk the hands back to the front of the mat. Step back into your plank. Choose where you want to go, onto your knees and lowering down. Maybe you want to skip the whole vinyasa. You can always skip it. Maybe you go for the full version. Slowly come back into your downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up. See if you can lift your left heel a bit higher, right heel drops down. Now externally rotate your left leg, so toes are moving out towards the side. Then bring your left heel towards your left buttocks. Really squeeze it in. Left knee is reaching up. Right heel sinks down. Keep pressing into the mat. And slowly extend your left leg back up into a three-legged dog. And then bring your knees slowly in towards your chest. Step it through for a low lunge. Drop the right knee down and tuck the toes. Sprint the top of the foot, right foot into the mat. Left foot is pressing as well. Inhale, come up. Interlace the fingers. Bring them towards the back of the neck. And then slowly move forward with the hips. Let's stay active in your legs. Open through the chest. Lengthen from the crown. So it's much more length we're looking for here in the spine than moving backwards. So a back bend is actually much more about lifting up than bending back. Can you drop the hips a bit more? And slowly release the hands down. Bring the hips back. Activate your front foot, so flex your toes towards you. Pull that left hip back. Make sure your right hip is still in the center. Can you relax your shoulders? Bend your knee as much as you need to. Last breath. Slowly walk your hands to the front. Left hand comes on the inside of your left foot. Lizard pose. And again, choose your option. You can either stay here, maybe come up a bit more, it's a bit more active as well, or bring your elbows down if you have the space. If not, just stay up. Few breaths here. So nice, so good if you've been sitting all day. Such a good pose to do. And your last breath, exhale. Tuck the toes back under. Lift up the right leg and walk your hands to the other side of the mat for high lunge. So left leg is off the mat, left knee is lifted, left thigh bone lifts up. Can you get that nice 90-degree in your front leg? And then bring your left leg in just a bit. So you're coming for your pyramid pose, preparing for pyramid pose. Bring the hips towards the center, so right hips pulling back, left hips pulling forward. If you haven't come up yet, come up. See if you can square your hips, and it really helps for me to bring my hands into my hips. Check your front leg, so stay active in that kneecap, and either stay here or bend forward, melt down. And wherever you are, can you relax your shoulders? So rather than rounding your back, can you find length? Slowly walk back to the front of the mat. Step it back into your plank, or skip the vinyasa. Lower down if you're going for the vinyasa. Inhale for upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next inhale, right leg lifts up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Slowly bring your knee into your chest, step it through for a lunge position. Inhale, come up for your crescent lunge. Interlace the fingers again, bring them to the back of the head. And see if you can lift up through the crown. Beautiful. Exhale, frame the foot, bring the hands back down. Lift up your right arm, come into an easy twist. Left leg is active, left thigh bone is lifting up, right hip is pulling back. On your next exhale, spin all 10 toes to the right, twisted Skandasana. Right hand is moving towards the back, left leg is still active. Toes are flexed, pointing towards you. Push your left hand into the mat. Slowly bring yourself back up. Walk all the way to the back of the mat into a Skandasana. You can either do a low Skandasana here, or if that doesn't work for you, bring your right foot onto the mat and stay high. Just bring your hands underneath your shoulders. If you want to make this stronger, you absolutely can. Bring your hands out to the side. So these are your options, stronger and high. Maybe hands onto the mat. Maybe sink down. Slowly walk back to the front of the mat. Step it back into your plank pose. Lower down. Sit out with a nice vinyasa. Come up into your lift. exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Slowly step it through for your crescent lunge. So left heel lands in between your hands, active in your legs. Just slowly come up all the way. Interlace your fingers, place them at the back of your head. And as you inhale, reach up. See if you can sink into your legs a bit deeper. Left knee on top of your left ankle. Legs squeezing towards each other. And on your next exhale, release. Slowly bring the hands back down onto the mat. Ready for your easy twist. Left arm lifts up towards the sky. Right hand is pressing into the mat. Slowly come into your twisted skandasana. So all 10 toes spin to the left. Left arm reaching towards the back. Keep pushing your right hand into the mat. Left arm goes up and over. Walk to the other side of the mat. And move into your skandasana pose. And you can choose, maybe do the same as what you did on the other side. If you went for the higher version, I definitely recommend that. If you had your arms out wide and did the stronger version, do that again. If you did the low version, do it again. So just mirror what you did on the other side. And slowly come back to the front of the mat. Ground your hands, step it back for a plank. If you want to finish off your vinyasa, otherwise move into a child's pose or straight into your downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, lift up your right leg. Bring your knee in towards your chest. Right knee towards your right wrist. Left foot towards your left hand. Come into a pigeon pose. And if pigeon doesn't work for you, because it's quite intense, can be quite a lot at the front knee, just bend your left knee, come into deer. So it's the same, but it's just a bit milder. Make sure the weight is in the hips. You want to keep your weight back rather than in the front leg. And the other option is recline pigeon, just on your back. Right ankle on top of the left knee, and then squeezing your left knee towards you. So 3 different versions and sort of same stretch. Last breath here. Beautiful. And then slowly come out of your pose. Back into your downward facing dog. Doesn't really matter how. Then lift your left leg up towards the sky. 3-legged dog. Left knee in towards the chest. And then bring it forward as much as parallel as you can, as possible. Extend your right leg back for a full pigeon. If this doesn't work, right knee comes in for deer. Make sure your front foot is flexed. Weight is towards the back. Or go for the version on your back. So left foot comes onto right knee, left ankle onto right knee. Scooping the arms under and bring the leg towards you. So choose your option, choose your version. 2 different legs, 2 different sides, so it might feel really different. So you might choose a different option. on the other side. Maybe you're a bit more tight on one side than on the other side. Just do what feels good. And then slowly bring your right leg around from wherever you are. Come into a seat for reclined butterfly. So bring the soles of the feet together, knees out towards the side. You can bring your feet a bit further away from you to create some more space. Maybe you want to put something underneath you to lift yourself up so it creates a bit more space in your lower back. So be creative, a pillow, books, whatever works. Maybe you have a yoga block. So you might want to put something underneath you. Otherwise, if you feel nice and comfortable, heels a bit more towards you, is a bit deeper. So slowly come forward. If you feel it's not working for you, you can always adjust the legs, so don't worry. I really like to bring my elbows towards the inside of my legs and then give them a little push. Works really nice for me. You let go at the back of your head. Next inhale, slowly come back up. Keep your left leg where it is. Extend your right leg out in front of you. Bring the arms up towards the sky. If you're sitting on something, just keep it there. Might be really beneficial for this one as well. If not, just get rid of it. Now your exhale, slowly come forward. You want to keep your front foot flexed and really active. Just drape over that right leg as much as you can. Can you embrace the process? So instead of pushing and pulling, can you just breathe and be where you are? Trusting the process that your body is changing at the moment. Without too much effort. Slowly walk your hands back, use them to come back up and change legs. So right leg comes in, left leg extends, flex your front foot, inhale, reach up, lengthen the spine, exhale, melt forward. Enjoy a few breaths here. One last breath here. Slowly Slowly come back up. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Come onto the back. Give yourself a bit of a massage, a bit of a roll around. And bring both knees towards the right side for a twist. Just let them drop. See if you can keep them up a bit. And position your head. Choose, maybe you just want to keep it where it is. Maybe you want to drop it off towards the left side. Left hand is shoulder height. Left shoulder is on the mat. Bring the knees back in towards your chest. Ground the heels down. Walk your hips a bit towards the left. Towards the right. Before you drop your knees over to the left. You might notice some air locks releasing in your spine. Slowly bring your knees back in towards the center. Extend your legs. Let the feet fall open. Arms alongside the body, palms facing up for Shavasana. Allow your body to relax. Give yourself permission to have this short moment where you do absolutely nothing. Just let your body process the practice that you did. If you find it difficult, just bring the awareness to your breath. Notice the rising and falling sensation of your belly. And if you drift off, just drift off. If you want to enjoy your Shavasana a bit longer, you can. Maybe press pause or just ignore my voice. Otherwise, slowly bring your attention back to your physical body. Notice your breath. Maybe wiggle the fingers and toes. Give yourself a nice stretch overhead. And then slowly roll onto your side before you bring yourself up towards the seat. And make sure you sit nice and comfortable. You can keep the eyes closed or have a soft gaze. Place your hands on your thighs or in your lap. Gently bring your hands in front of your heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.